Hello everyone, and how's everyone doing? Hello, welcome back to my channel. I didn't post last week because I was kind of taking a break to enjoy my summer before I go into training camp and don't have a break. So I took a little break now, not posting content, but don't worry, content is back and I think it's better than ever. I mean, after this video, I think this video is okay. I don't know where I'm going with this. Basically, the audio and film quality is going to be different than usual because I am filming on my phone because I did not bring my camera because I am in not my house. Ignore the rest in the background. I am going through all my clothes. So yeah. I'm actually thinking of getting a new camera tripod because I kind of like how I look on this. But I do have a camera, so I don't know. I might do vlogs on my phone if I like the way this quality, like audio and video, comes out. So we'll see. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Yes, I have braids now. High quality only. But hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and I'm here to help you pad your summer reading log. From basically 4th grade to 8th grade, I had to fill out a reading log of books that I read over the summer. And I'm going to give you some books that will make you look good in front of your English teacher, and will also books that won't bore you out of your mind and are easy to write summaries on and easy to answer questions about, and they're just good books. They're actually worth reading. But mainly I'm here to help you pad your summer reading log because you just need some books that aren't going to bore you out of mind. Because let's not all English teachers have great choices in books, okay? And so here are my recommendations. It'll make you look good for your English teacher, and I can even give you themes that if you have to write a paper on, you can write about. So let's get on the video. I have about 6 books. So I'm going to tell you what the book's about and give you some essay topics if you have to write an essay about it or summarize it. So let's get on with the video. First one of Us is Lying. Basically in this book there is a character who, basically what happens in this book, the plot is, this really tests on how well I remember these books. Basically in this book what happens is he writes a gossip column and he writes about all the people in the school, but he never gets in trouble because he uses initials. Not saying this is the idea you should use, I'm just saying what happens in the book. And basically what happens is he plans to write an article about these 4 kids, but he finds a way to get these 4 kids in trouble, and they all end up in detention, and in detention he drinks water and suddenly he has an allergic reaction. And the people in the room try to fix it, and they try to do all that stuff, and you know what? He dies. Now they're all murder suspects because who else could have killed him? There's only them in the room. But now it's up to these characters who have nothing in common to figure out who killed him and to not get in trouble and to not get arrested. Okay? Now, the reason this is really good for an English book is because there's a lot of diversity in this book. It's one that it'll make you look good because you can talk about how you figured out what happened ahead of time. But also, it's good because there are a lot of essay topics to go with it, because there's issues about mental health in it that if that connects to you. There's talks about standards and what's growing up as having different standards based on what you look like. All of these things can really make it look like you understood the book really well, and it's a good book. So not only does will your English teacher enjoy your essay, enjoy your thoughts on it, but you will enjoy the book as well because the characters are cute, it's really funny, and yeah. So that was One of Us is Lying. Number Dose. Okay, number 2, Six of Crows. You've heard me talk about it. It is my love. I love it. Wait, I think I have the book. It's the only hardcover book I have, so that shows how much I love it. Basically, you can look at my other ones where I talk about what books to read. But basically what happens is it's a group of criminals who have to come together and find a way to break into a specific ice court, and there are lots of different characters, and it's another good book with really good themes that will make you think you thought a lot about it. For example, there is diversity between a character that has to use a cane to walk, between LGBTQ representation, different types of stigma, what's it like basically growing up in a cult, religion, being stuck within toxic religion, prostitution, all these things that y'all don't talk about in other books is talked about here, but the characters are actually funny and the story's interesting, and it is a It's like, I think it's, what is it? It's like, there's magic in here. So, magic, elements, stuff. Also, they have this thing called Judiparm, which is a drug that takes to enhance abilities. You can connect to that to something in the real world. You can talk about the trauma that these characters have, because the character, Kaz Breaker, he's touchovert. He has trauma when it comes to touching and PTSD, and so all these deep topics can be talked about while reading this book. And you'll enjoy it. Your English teacher will think you know a lot, and overall, another win-win for your summer reading log. Mysterious Benedict Society. Now, this is my comfort book, and I recently just found out they're getting a Disney Plus TV show. But these are my comfort books because it's a series, it's a trilogy. And basically what happens is there are these 4 kids that come together that have to take down their mentor's supervillain who's trying to brainwash the people using media. So there's a really deep message there about his media brainwashing us, which I think is ironic because I'm telling you this over media. But it also talks about how there's a main character who is described as like perfectly normal and everywhere or totally average, and that's really interesting because he's average but he gets to be a hero. So you can talk about that. You can talk about how these 4 kids are all like outcasts in their own society, but they find a place together, and all those deep themes like that, which makes you think about deep stuff. English teacher will think, bro, this person thought about the book that they were reading and wrote a killer essay because they know all the themes are in this book. So that's a thing you can do. I really like this book. The characters are really interesting, and the relationship is funny. There are funny moments in it, and it's really one of my comfort books with deep themes. And we love good books with deep themes because it makes your English teacher think you know stuff, and that's what you gotta do in school. You just got you want your English teacher to think that you are a complete genius, when in reality it wasn't that hard because the book wasn't actually an educational book, but it didn't make you feel like crap, and it didn't look like crap, and it wasn't a bad book, and you enjoyed the book because it was funny, but it had deep themes while also being funny, instead of having it feel like you're getting hit in the head with an anvil over the deep themes, and it wasn't really a good book, because I think a good book has deep themes and a good plot and good characters and funny story connected, because if you're separating the diversity and putting them in their own genre and all those books are horrible, no one's going to run and read them, meaning that we're still not going to get the diversity that we want in books. Next book, Magnus Chase. These are by Rick Riordan. It is a trilogy that I actually really like. It's a lot easier than just reading all the Percy Jackson books, even though I do recommend reading the Percy Jackson books because they're really good. Their diversity isn't perfect because no book has perfect diversity, but it does have pretty good diversity when it comes to some stuff. Magnus Chase basically is this kid who is homeless in the beginning, then he dies, and no, it's not a spoiler because it's what happens on the first 15 pages. Basically what happens is he dies and he's joined in Valhalla, and you learn about Norse mythology and all this stuff that's really interesting, and you can easily connect the Norse mythology to themes in other books that you've read, or you could easily, because it's another way to bring it up during English class and make it look like you're smart, because you're like, oh, this reminds me of time in Norse mythology when this happened, and that's really interesting. Of course, it's made for kids to read, so it's not 100% true, and it's a media you can connect to other books really easily, and that's something English teachers look for, it's like a cross-text analysis. So it's a really good book like that. The characters are funny, and they actually do have diversity. And the second one, they're interested with the gender. There's a lot of LGBTQ representation in the book, and that's something you can talk about in your essay. So, yeah. Last but not least, The Renegades. Bro, this is my new favorite book. I'm on the second one right now. The first one, it is so good. I really recommend a book before I finish the series, but this second book is so good. It's a slow burn love romance with superpowers. Do you hear me? Superpowers. Sorry, I'm really hot. I can't open the window because of sound. A slow burn romance with superpowers, as I say, and they have diversity from LGBTQ representation to injury representation. They have so much representation. The story's good. It makes you want to read it. It's hot. It's like dialogue. Something's always happening, and it's really interesting because the main character isn't a hero, and that is just a whole essay topic on itself. And it's also people view. You see different sides to different point of view. So you see one side who sees the other as a villain and themselves as a hero, and so as a hero and a villain, vice versa. And you also see that you realize that maybe there's a gray area. Maybe both sides are right, both sides are wrong. So I think it's really interesting, really easy to write an essay about. And did I mention again, superheroes? So that's always a win. And yeah, those are my books to help you pad your reading log. reading anything that's involved with back to school essays. If you have to write an essay, you gotta answer questions about a book, fill out a reading log, do all this stuff. I'm here to help. I hope this video helped you, because if I had this video when I was younger, boom, it would have been so much easier. I would have to actually go through the library and look at books. These are all available in the New York Public Library, as some of them as audiobooks, some of them as normal books. And what if there's a pigeon outside? Probably is. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was really helpful. I'm just trying to help you all out, make your summer easier so you can go have a summer so you don't have to worry about all this English work you have. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I'm helping. Reading, I highly recommend it. It's great for escapism, and it's a great way to open your mind to different things. Like, I wouldn't have read just a normal romance book. I was always reading like mystery or fantasy or something. But you know what? You just gotta give something a chance, and I highly recommend these, and I don't recommend books lightly because I am the pickiest reader. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Make sure you subscribe.